For this afternoon's review, let us take a look at Star Wars The Black Series. This is the Archive Edition 2021-2022 release of Emperor Palpatine. So as evidence, this is available at your local Walmart or possibly Targets. So I just took one or bought one this afternoon. Good to find Black Series action figures once again, even the Archive Edition. So I think this is a figure that was derived from the Amazon exclusive Emperor Palpatine figure, as we have seen on the image of the Amazon exclusive with the throne set. So let's examine the contents of our purchase. So we have the Emperor Palpatine figure and only a single accessory, which is the cane. We don't have any lightning effects or a lightsaber with this action figure. But what is good about this action figure is it comes with soft glued material. Unlike the other or the previous Palpatine figure, I think the first edition, which a majority of the robe material is actually soft plastic. Let's take a look at the single accessory that this figure comes with. So it's this walking cane. So it's made of quite soft rubbery plastic, but at the same time it is just rightly nice and rigid, and it has a pointed end. So let's see whether this is a good fit for the figure. I have the Emperor Palpatine figure holding on to that single piece of accessory that he has, and as for ground clearance, I could say that it doesn't touch the ground or your display base. So as evidence, that's about 2 centimeters of your display stand. So this is the boot of the figure, and it just doesn't touch the ground or your display stand. But we have a simple fix for that, so no need to really gripe about simple things like this. Just do a quick fix and you are done with this figure. So of course, all walking canes have rubber ends on it. So that's it. So just a simple fix, something that you could find on your pens like this. So just find the right accessories that you could possibly fit to that tip or that end that could possibly look like the business end of a walking cane, where we have a rubber attachment on. Let us first discuss the articulation points. So first, let's get rid of the soft goods robe. We took off the robe from the action figure, and it is just nice and easy. You have that clasp and just grab onto that clasp, and actually it secures to the other end of the robe on the neckline through this hole, and actually that hole has a rubber connection underneath over here. So this thing, this soft plastic, actually sits on the other end that way. And just to reinstall the robe on the figure, once you've got both shoulders in and the hood on the head, just easily pop it back in, and somehow it stays in place well. And it really is not an issue with regards to taking it off and putting it back in. It's just nice and easy. So this is what the action figure of Emperor Palpatine looks like without that main robe. So let's do a quick 360 of the figure. But actually, we still have a lot of details on the figure. It's just covered by this full soft goods skirt. I much appreciate the included soft goods material for the skirt of the robe of this figure, and we still have a general robe that goes over everything that he has on. but this type of robe actually hinders the articulation of the figure, and we still have a lot of details that is underneath that skirt. And as for execution, for increased playability or mobility of the figure, we would like to have something like this. Actually, this Vader figure has a nicely done inner robe to him. So actually, we have just the side skirts of the inner robe to the side of the figure, and that is what we're going to do with this Emperor Palpatine figure. Let us free the legs of Emperor Palpatine. So for this simple fix on the issue that we have for this figure, just take your scissors, or if you have a suture scissor like this, anything that is very sharp, just cut away through the middle, so we could free the legs of this figure. So right now, let's take off the cane. Let's take a look at the articulation points of this figure. So let's start with the legs, because we freed this leg from that skirt. So we have articulation point of leg races, side races. We have a cut on the thigh for articulation of circular motion, 2 points of articulation for the knee. Do we have a boot articulation? No boot articulation, but we have a hinge and a rocker and a really good looking and very shiny boots for this Emperor Palpatine figure. So as for articulation on the waist, we don't have any diaphragm cut for articulation, but we have, I think, a ball joint underneath the waistline, because if you take hold of the figure this way and try to articulate the upper body, so we have articulation point on this side even if we lack the diaphragm cut. So moving upwards towards the arm is nice and free. We don't have any shoulder paddings, so circular movement is okay. Raising the arms to the side is okay. We also have a cut on the bicep for rotation, 2 points of articulation for the elbows. As for the hand area, we have rotation on the hand, and the swivel is on the thumb area. It's not on the face of the palm, so it's going to be the thumb area. And let's check out the other hand. So the swivel too on this hand is on the thumb area, so that facilitates for lightsaber holding motion for this figure, which somehow is not included, but we're going to just fish out one with one of my Black Series action figures, a Darth Maul figure. So let's just borrow that for this review. And as for head articulation, we have a hinge and a ball for the head. So actually articulation is good. So head tilts looking up, head tilts looking down, sideways motion a little bit, and we have that sideways motion because the head is quite wobbly. So if you have some sticky glue or something to really tighten that ball joint to the head, then just pop it off. Apply just a little bit of super glue or possibly clear transparent nail polish, and when it dries, just pop the head back on, and that head won't be like a bubble head or a wobbly head. Okay, so let's move on to the details of this figure. So as for likeness to the actor who played the character. So Ian McDiarmid. So do you see him on this head sculpt? So I think I do. So this is a really great looking head sculpt. I also saw that Amazon exclusive, and somehow I think the head sculpts are the same or possibly different. I really don't know. But as for the first Emperor Palpatine, the first issue, that figure really sucks. So when I got it, I was happy, but at the same time, I was really not satisfied totally. So I just ended selling that figure and settling with this one when it became available just this afternoon at my local Walmart. So there you go. So as for the inner cloak, so actually it's just matte black. It just so happened that we really have bright lights on this review table, so light is really reflecting on that black matte finish, but actually it is not shiny. So details for the hands of the figure, so really nice details. So finally, let's take the throne and put the robe back on and attach a lightsaber to this figure and possible lightning effects that we could take hold on in my review box. And let's go to the photos and the video shots. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next action figure review.